Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Low Budget Review Show. I am your host, Eric Smith, and today I am talking about Below by Laurel Hightower with one of my favorite covers of the year so far. This is from Ghoulish Books, which is part of Perpetual Motion Machine Publishing. Excuse me. And I think this is going to be a short review because it's going to be difficult to talk about anything specific in this book. But what we have is a young woman. I'm looking to see if her name is on the back of the book. Of course it's not. I want to say it's Addie. I was going to say Allie, but it's Addie. So Addie, recently divorced, driving through the mountains of West Virginia on her way to a horror convention, it seems like. And she has a little scare on the road, and she stops at a truck stop to get some coffee. And this trucker saw what happened out on the road and kind of checks on her. And it starts snowing, and she's really nervous. She's got horrible night vision, horrible depth perception. And the trucker says, "Hey, I'm headed this way. You know, you can follow me, and I got this extra CB walkie-talkie type thing. You can take that," and he writes down his address. You can mail it back to me, but just, I want to make sure you're safe. So they got this little semi-truck, little car convoy going. Something else happens. The truck crashes down a ravine, down an embankment, whatever it is. And now Addie has to help. Well, she doesn't have to. That's the question. She doesn't really know this guy. He was nice to her. She doesn't really know him. Is she going to help him? And there's some weird shit going on. And that's what we've got. Okay. That's where we start. So let me see. Okay, so this is very well written. Great prose. Laurel Hightower is just a good writer. I mean, I don't think anyone could dispute that. If I have to, I'll prove it scientifically. She's a great writer. I've read a number of her short stories. Crossroads, which may have been her last novella. I don't recall. Could have been something in between that and this. That was fantastic. I have a novel of hers that I haven't read yet. She's a great, great writer. She writes great characters. Addie is a very interesting, a very flawed, but a very strong character. Or is she? We'll find out. The truck driver is, he seems like a decent guy. It's he doesn't do anything at all to make the reader, Addie, or the reader uncomfortable. Which, is that too good to be true? We don't know. Keeps going through Addie's mind. She's always fighting with herself in her head. He hasn't done anything, but I'm a woman in the middle of nowhere. He's a guy I don't know. So we're right there with Addie. And then things start happening. And here's where what I can say sort of breaks down. Because this kicks into gear. And there are so many twists and turns. And it doubles back. And then it goes this way and it goes that way. And I had no idea where any of it was going. There are so many surprises. So many unexpected things. The back of the book, so well done. Because it does not tell you. Doesn't give you a clue what kind of roller coaster ride you are going to go on when you read this book. Now, I could see some people not liking it, not enjoying all of the it gets a little crazy. There is some crazy stuff in here. And I could see some people, I'd call them sticks in the mud. No, I don't want to offend anyone. Do I? No, I could see how some people might not like the sort of twisty, turny story. I love it. The fact that I really had no clue where this was going, what was going to happen next. It's great. That is good storytelling. It was compelling. I did not want to put it down. I was up past my bedtime because I wanted to finish it. I had to know what was going to happen. So, yeah, I really don't want to divulge anything else that happens in this story. I highly recommend it. I gave this 5 out of 5 on Goodreads. And I love that cover. Just fantastic. It's just nice and spooky. Below by Laurel Hightower. Ghoulish Books. Actually, I don't know what happens if you like Google ghoulish, because I always just go to the Perpetual Motion Machine Publishing website, and then they have a ghoulish thing you can click on. But as always, I'll have links down below in the description. But highly, highly recommended. Fantastic book. I'm always looking for whatever Laurel Hightower is doing next. Ever since I read Crossroads, I've got my eye out for Laurel Hightower's work. She hasn't let me down yet. So there you go. There you have it. You know what? I'm going to forego a question for this video. I'm just going to let it all sink into your head. Let you decide if you want to check this book out. I think you should. Unless you're stick in the mud and don't like crazy twists and turns in your stories. So that's going to be it. Please, if you have any comments, questions, or corrections, please put them in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. We try to be polite here at the Low Budget Review Show. Please like, share, and subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. If you'd care to follow me on other social media, my Twitter is @Ronin5757, and my Instagram, where I post pictures of books, comic books, board games, and fuzzy animals, is ErikSmith5757. That's Eric with a K, ERIKSMITH 5757. That's all I have. This has been the Low Budget Review Show. I have been Eric Smith, and until next time, read more books.